Now on 18 Eyewitness News.
There's a joke going around about jury duty, and this one's not funny. A new program has launched to help graduates with disabilities, plus a Missouri inmate is facing more charges. All of these stories are coming up.
We'll get the wintry weather out of the southeast Missouri area, and we'll see some sunshine. All the details coming up in your Storm Tracker weather forecast.
Coverage you can count on. This is 18 Eyewitness News.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us. I'm Fred Dawkins, and here are the top stories that we're working on for you at this hour. A joke, per se, is going around the community, especially right here in St. Francis County. The St. Francis County Circuit Clerk is reporting that text messages and phone calls are going around claiming that the recipient has missed jury duty and faces fines or even jail time, and that your name has been posted in the local newspaper. Circuit Clerk Vicki Weibel says this isn't the first time that this has been brought to her attention. Weibel explains to 18 Eyewitness News how her office found out about the joke.
Someone appeared in my office and said they had received a text message, and then she said there is a number on there that she was supposed to call, and instead of calling the number, she came in here to the office to see what was going on, because of course she was frantic because she thought there was a warrant for her arrest.
Weibel says she is not certain on where the joke originated, but says that the state of Missouri has been dealing with this same type of issue for quite some time. Weibel says that her office nor any other office sends out text messages for jury duty.
We do not ever post in the paper if there's an outstanding warrant, and as far as jury duty, you're randomly selected, and your first notification that you have been selected for jury duty will be by letter.
Weibel says to just ignore the calls or messages that you receive. Well, now Dustin Kopp is here with a look at our first forecast. Is it true we could have snow, Dustin?
Good evening, Fred. Good evening, everybody. Looking at current conditions throughout southeast Missouri, we're seeing temperatures throughout the 40s here in the area. 44 right now in Cape Girardeau, 43 in Festus and St. Genevieve, Fredericktown the same, 44 from Piedmont and Poplar Bluff, and 43 right now in Van Buren. Rain tonight throughout southeast Missouri, then changing over to a wintry mix. Temperature at 7 p.m., 38 degrees, 37 by 9. By midnight, we'll see a temperature of 35. What's in store for your day on Wednesday? We'll let you know coming up in your Storm Tracker weather forecast later on.
Having a disability can be hard to handle, especially for youth with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Finding a job can be a job in itself. A local organization in southeast Missouri is doing something to fix that. Life Incorporated in Farmington is helping local graduates with disabilities find jobs. Project leader Theresa Shayer tells 18 Eyewitness News how the project got started.
Missouri is one of 8 states that received this grant, and within the state of Missouri there were 8 pilot communities that were awarded additional grants to serve at the local level. And within that grant we have created the RICH project, which stands for Reinvesting into the Community with Heart.
One of the goals of the project is to give support to seamless transitions to integrated employment. A 4-year-old Oran boy was seriously injured and another man received moderate injuries when an ATV overturned Sunday afternoon in Scott County. It happened on County Road 427 just south of Morley. The Missouri State Highway Patrol reports that the 2 riders were on the ATV. When it began sliding, it ran off the right side of the road and ejected the passengers before overturning. 29-year-old Jeremy Grogan received moderate injuries, and the 4-year-old received serious injuries, and both were taken to a Cape Girardeau hospital for treatment. 33-year-old Daniel Myers, who is serving 4 years in a Missouri prison for second-degree statutory rape, has been charged with 60 new counts, each of first-degree statutory rape and first-degree statutory sodomy. Myers is accused of committing the new crimes between January 2003 and December of 2007 in Livingston County while he lived in St. Joseph and Chillicothe. Myers pleaded guilty in 2010 for the statutory rape charges in Caldwell County and is currently being held at the Farmington Correctional Center. And when we come back on 18 Eyewitness News, Mineral Area College will be having a dog obedience class. That story coming up on 18 Eyewitness News.
For 15 years, Heartland Furniture and Appliance has been the leader in price for Restonic bedding. Whirlpool built Crosley appliances, Frigidaire appliances, sofa sets, recliners, accent furniture, and White's metal detectors. Same-day delivery with no waiting. We are fast becoming this area's leader in the home furnishing and appliance business. Need a little cash? Payday loans are available in each store. We'd love to have you come see us at one of our 3 locations on both sides of Main Street in Piedmont, Business 60 in Dexter, and next to Current River Ford in Donovan. Heartland Furniture and Appliance, 223-3200.
Let it wash you this morning. Oh, the blood of Jesus shed for me. What a sacrifice that saved my life. With the blood, it is my victory.
How can heat also be cool? When it comes from targeted induction technology, which uses electromagnetic waves to quick heat your pan, boiling up to 40% faster, while the surface around it stays perfectly cool to the touch. It's faster, hotter, and, well, cooler.
Hi, Bob Seabaugh at Seabaugh Furniture and Appliance. Come and see this and other great features and benefits that will amaze you. Now on sale at Seabaugh Furniture and Appliance in downtown Fredericktown.
You're watching 18 Eyewitness News with Fred Dawkins and Chief Weathercaster Dustin Kopp. 18 Eyewitness News continues.
Well, this story is not going to the dogs, but professional dog trainer Bill Burt will be at Mineral Area College on March 19th to teach a dog obedience class through the Continuing Education Department. The 7-week course meets on Tuesday nights from 6 until 7:30 p.m. and is open to dogs ages 16 weeks and older who have current vaccinations. Continuing Education Director Pam Watkins tells 18 Eyewitness News that this isn't your normal obedience class.
Mr. Burt will help you work with your dog, but his primary purpose in the class is to teach you as the pet owner how to train your dog at home so that after the class, the 7-week period is over, anything that you want to teach your dog to do or to not do, you have the knowledge and skills that you need to be able to do that training at home.
Burt brings with him more than 50 years of experience, including training dogs for the Marine Corps, MGM Studios, and for the Roy Rogers television show, where he trained 2 dogs to perform as Bullet. For more information or to sign up, visit our website, kdkz18.com. 35-year-old Thomas Strickland of Cherryville has been charged with statutory sodomy. Court records show that a toddler was taken to a doctor for vaginal bleeding. The child was then transferred to Children's Hospital, where she had to undergo surgery to repair a vaginal tear that caused profuse bleeding. Strickland told police that he fell while carrying her in Deloge. Strickland's bond has been set at $150,000. And a Park Hills man will spend the next 7 years behind bars for possessing methamphetamine. 30-year-old Adam Crouch was sentenced last week for violating probation by possessing meth. Crouch's public defender, Jarrett Hopman, asked Judge Sandy Martinez to consider sentencing Crouch to a 120-day drug treatment program. Martinez considered the drug treatment plan until she became aware of Crouch showing up for a court date and then left after he found out he had a warrant for his arrest. Martinez expressed that she had already taken a chance on him once before and would be silly to do it again. A Marquand man has been charged with intent to distribute a controlled substance and unlawful possession of a firearm. 37-year-old Bobby Kemp was arrested on January 28th after a federal search warrant had been issued by the U.S. Drug Enforcement Agency, the Division of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, and the Missouri State Highway Patrol. The Highway Patrol is reporting that agents found a 1/2 ounce of white substance, which came back positive for methamphetamine. Also 2 baggies of marijuana and 12 weapons and ammunition. Authorities arrested Kemp on the weapons charges because he's a convicted felon. He was placed in the Madison County Jail and is currently free on a $15,000 bond. A hearing is scheduled for February 28th.
How long will the warmer weather stick around? I have all the details coming up next in your Storm Tracker weather forecast.
When someone comes in a Mineral Area's emergency department, our focus is giving them the best treatment in the quickest manner possible. We track every single patient, sending the doctors information before they even walk in the room. We have dedicated X-ray and CT equipment in our emergency department. We don't have to waste any time running all over the hospital. We know that minutes count in an emergency, and you can count on ER Plus at Mineral Area Regional Medical Center.
With extended hours, let the UPS store pack and ship your gifts.
Hi, I'm Steve from the UPS store in Farmington, Missouri. Me and my staff would like to wish you and yours a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Now, here's your Storm Tracker 18 weather forecast with Chief Weathercaster Dustin Kopp.
And welcome back. Let's take a look at weather headlines for southeast Missouri. A wintry mix is possible for tonight and early tomorrow. The sunshine will come back into the area tomorrow afternoon. It looks like temperatures will continue to be warm until Friday, but it looks like the weekend is going to be on the cold side. 44 right now in Cape Girardeau, St. Genevieve, Fredericktown 43, as well as in Festus, Potosi 44 degrees, 44 right now in Piedmont and Poplar Bluff. Currently here at the studio, we have some rain out there with temperature at 40 degrees, feels like 40 out there with current dew point 28. Humidity right now is at 61% with the wind coming out of the east-northeast at 1 mile per hour. What's in store for your Wednesday? Well, we will scoot that rain and snow mix off to the east, and then we'll see some sunshine tomorrow afternoon. Tonight, that rain-snow mix throughout southeast Missouri. It says clear skies, but we'll see that rain-snow mix. Temperature around 30 degrees for your overnight low. Temperatures in the 30s, 32 in Festus and St. Genevieve, Fredericktown 34, 35 in Piedmont and Poplar Bluff, around 36 Van Buren, 32. Then for tomorrow, like I said, that rain-snow mix early in the day and then clearing out to partly sunny skies, 50 degrees though, so it's not going to amount to much here in southeast Missouri. West wind 10 to 15, temperatures throughout the 50s in southeast Missouri. Looking at your extended forecast for the next several days, on your Thursday, 51, not a bad day at all, plenty of sunshine. Then we're starting to drop off into the 40s for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We're going to still be on the chilly side. Saturday's temperature around 32, 41, mostly sunny on your Sunday, but look at that. President's Day, 48 with some showers and 43 with some showers on your Tuesday. So it's going to look like a wet start to your week next week. Looking at your forecast for the weekend once again, more detail, 32 degrees under a partly sunny sky on Saturday, low of 19. A little bit warmer on Sunday, high of 41 under a mostly sunny sky. That's check out your Storm Tracker weather forecast. More details located at KDKZ18.com. Just click on the weather tab. We'll be right back.
Let's take a look at our 2-minute tour of Missouri, where we start out in Cape Girardeau. 22-year-old Kenneth Bell of Cape pleaded not guilty in the shooting deaths of a man and woman last week. Bell entered his plea on Monday in the deaths of 43-year-old Shannon James and 39-year-old Misty Cole. He's charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder. The 2 victims were found shot to death February 7th inside their Cape Girardeau apartment. Kemp's preliminary hearing was scheduled for March the 7th. 3 people are in custody with charges pending in connection with a teenager who was found handcuffed to a steel pole in his basement in Kansas City. Kansas City police say the 3 were taken into custody Monday afternoon, but no names or details about the arrest were provided. The case has been turned over to the Clay County Prosecutor's Office. The 17-year-old was found early February after a neighbor contacted a social services agency and said she suspected a boy was being abused. Police found him in the dark basement, curled in a fetal position and appearing frail. He told investigators he had been kept in the basement since late September after his father pulled him out of school. A couple in a suburban St. Louis town has donated $5 million to the University of Missouri College of Veterinary Medicine. The donation will go toward improving research for drugs used to fight cancer in both animal and people. The university announced the estate gift from Cottrell and Kay Fox of Town and Country on Monday. The university said the couple wanted to recognize their longtime family veterinarians, James Schulers and Fred Bendricks of St. Louis, who both graduated from the college. The university says the gift will support an endowment in companion animal medicine. It will also fund research to develop treatments for people and animals with cancer and improve training for graduate students and veterinary oncology residents. Cottrell Fox is a 1971 graduate of the university's journalism school. And the St. Louis Zoo sets a new record last year with attendance. The zoo announced Monday that attendance at the zoo in 2012 was the highest ever recorded. Records show that more than 3.5 million people visited the zoo, an increase over the 3 million mark in 2011. Zoo officials also say visitors gave the attraction an overall satisfaction rating of 9.4 on a 10-point scale. That's the best score ever recorded. Coming up in today's Your Life segment on 18 Eyewitness News. Do you have a little dancer in your life? The first national study on dance-related injuries is out, and we've got the information parents and dancers need to know to stay safe. Coming up in Your Health.
I'm Stacey Johnson. You know, you can repair just about anything, and that includes your credit. But if you go to a credit repair agency, man, you better be careful of those tricks of the trade. I'll explain coming up on Money Talks News.
Your Health is brought to you by Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy.
If you or a loved one has been implanted with a pelvic mesh, commonly called a bladder sling, you may be entitled to a significant cash award. Many women implanted with this device have suffered discomfort, excruciating pain, and even incontinence. The FDA has even warned that pelvic meshes may cause serious injuries, including pain, scarring, infection, incontinence, and discomfort. If you or a loved one has been implanted with a pelvic mesh,
call the Rely On Group at 800-796-6986.
We've all heard the expression break a leg, right? Well, dancers hear it all the time before they take the stage, but superstitions aside, dance-related injuries are on the rise. A first-of-its-kind study breaks down the most common injuries affecting young dancers. With that and ways to stay safe, here's medical reporter Clark Powell.
In competition, the thousands of hours Lindsay Fairdy has spent in the dance studio have paid off. She is a two-time regional champion in Irish dance and will soon compete in her 8th World Championships. But all that success has come at a price.
I have hip problems. My most recent injury was my upper quad. I had a sprain there. I have a crack in my big toe from breaking that and never letting it heal.
And Lindsay is not alone. The first study to look at dance-related injuries in children and teenagers is out, and the numbers are climbing. Researchers at Nationwide Children's Hospital analyzed 17 years worth of data and found that the number of dancers making trips to emergency departments is up 37%.
In 2007 alone, over 8,000 children and teens were treated for a dance-related injury. That's about 23 children every day, or almost an injury an hour.
The study found that girls accounted for 86% of all injuries. Sprains and strains were the most common, and those injured most often were 15 to 19 years old.
Any aches or pains, anything new that showed up?
That doesn't surprise Eric Layton, a certified athletic trainer at Nationwide Children's Hospital Sports Medicine. He helped start one of the few clinics in the country designed specifically for children and teen dancers. He says the more popular dance gets, the more competitive it is, especially for teenagers.
So the moves are getting harder, but but their bodies are also becoming taller, longer, heavier. So some of the impacts can be magnified.
His advice is to get plenty of rest, always stretch, and give your body time to heal. And to avoid injuries in the first place, learn proper dance techniques from the start. At Nationwide Children's Hospital, this is Clark Powell reporting.
The study charted dance injuries treated in emergency departments between 1991 and 2007. Experts say even though they found more than 113,000 injuries, those numbers are only the tip of the iceberg. Many injuries are treated by coaches or the dancers themselves and are never reported to emergency departments. You can get more information on this and other health-related issues at our website, kdkz18.com. If your New Year's resolution included improving your credit, you might have considered paying a pro for help. But if that's your temptation, it might be a good one to resist. Money expert Stacy Johnson explains why in this installment of his series, Tricks of the Trade.
Pristine credit and a high credit score. Necessary for a good deal when you borrow, important when it comes to renting an apartment, getting insurance, sometimes even getting a job. That's why so many people try to repair their credit, and many go to credit repair agencies. But if you're going to consider that, consider this. A lot of these agencies use unfair tricks of the trade to separate you from your money. For example, some credit repair agencies advise you to start a new credit file by getting a tax ID number, basically a social security number for businesses. The problem with this trick? It's illegal. It's fraud. Don't do it. Another common trick of the credit repair trade, protesting all the bad marks on your credit history. Now, when you protest something on your credit report, the credit bureaus have to take it off while it's being investigated. Usually takes 30 days. So here's the trick. You protest everything negative on your credit report. It all falls off for 30 days. While it's gone, you apply for new credit because your score and credit history are better. The problem with this trick? It's fraudulent. And besides that, bureaus don't even have to respond to frivolous requests anyway. Another common trick, charging up front to fix your credit. They can't do that. The law requires services to be performed before collecting a dime. And a final trick, saying they can do things you can't. Hogwash. There's nothing anyone can do to improve your credit history that you can't do yourself. Bottom line, there are simple things that you can do to repair your credit, but anyone who's promising you a quick fix or dramatic results is probably lying. Want to know how you can repair your credit yourself? Just go to moneytalksnews.com.
And coming up in sports, the St. Louis Rams find a way to stick around in St. Louis. Also, Chris Carpenter addressed the media on Monday, and spring training has now begun. It's all coming up here in Sports Zone next.
Tips to make you money delivered daily. The totally free Money Talks newsletter. Sign up now and get my money makeover video, a $50 value, as my gift. MoneyTalksNews.com.
Attention, Accutane warning. If you have Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis, or inflammatory bowel disease, it may have been caused by the acne drug Accutane. Accutane victims have recently been awarded millions of dollars. Do not delay. There are time deadlines to file a claim.
Call the Rely On Group now to be connected with an experienced attorney. There is absolutely no risk on your part. You don't owe us a penny unless we are successful.
Call the Rely On Group at 800-698-3105.
If you have diabetes and you're on Medicare, call now to get the new talking meter. These new meters are more accurate, they're easier to use, and the best news is you don't have to prick your fingers anymore. Arriva makes it simple. They bill Medicare directly. There are no upfront costs. And they deliver your supplies right to your door for free.
For more information, call 1. This is Sports Zone, only on 18 Eyewitness News.
The St. Louis Regional Convention and Sports Complex Authority has hired the investment banking firm Goldman Sachs to help find a way to keep the St. Louis Rams in the Edward Jones Dome, or if that isn't impossible, at least in St. Louis. It is reported that the contract pays Goldman $20,000 a month plus expenses of no more than $25,000. Goldman Sachs will advise the authority on how to pay for dome renovations, increase revenue if the Rams leave the building, and finance construction of a new stadium if it comes to that. The authority board approved the hiring on Monday. The Rams want significant upgrades to the dome if they're going to continue playing here beyond the 2014 season. Chris Carpenter addressed the media on Monday for the first time since general manager John Mozeliak announced that it would be unlikely he would be able to pitch during the 2013 season. Carpenter seemed at ease when he discussed his situation. He's not yet ready to discuss the word retirement and offered some kind of hope that he'd be able to pitch again one day. Carpenter acknowledged he didn't know what was going on with his right arm, hand, and shoulder that gave him trouble during a series of 3 bullpen sessions just 2 weeks earlier. And talking about the Redbirds, they start spring training Tuesday. Gearing up for the training, young pitchers will battle out to grab 2 rotation spots on the team. Lance Lynn, Shelby Miller, Joe Kelly, and Trevin Rosenthal are all up for the spots. The first game of the preseason is slated for February 23rd against the Marlins. That's the day in sports. Fred and Dustin, guys, it's back to you.
Thanks a lot, Aaron. Looking at your forecast for the rest of this evening, we're going to start seeing some rain in southeast Missouri. Rain throughout the area at 7 p.m. Temperature 38 degrees, 37 by 9. By midnight, we could see a wintry mix, 35 degrees. That does it for 18 Eyewitness News. Hope you have a good night. Newswatch is next, and we'll be back here tonight at 10 o'clock.
When you see news happening in your area, let us know about it. You can call our news department at 573-701-9590 or email us at news@DawkinsBroadcastGroup.com.